Good morning and welcome back to Common Sense Homestead. Today I just wanted to show you a few things that we've added to the garden here in July. You'll remember this row here we had taken the potatoes out of. We dug potatoes about 2 weeks ago out of this row. So what we've done here is this first half we've started to put in green beans, and you can see the bush beans, they're coming up pretty well. We're putting these in more as like a nitrogen fix. Getting some beans out of them would be awesome as well, but potatoes are heavy feeders, so we really need to replenish some of the nutrients in the soil. So I put some compost down, just recovered it with the straw, and then we're going to throw in these nitrogen fixing. These are bush beans, the green beans, and on this side are the golden wax beans. And for anybody who has watched the show, I have been thwarted 2 separate times this year on growing golden wax beans. Our chickens love them as much as I do apparently, but this time we're in the fence, so I'm hopeful. So that is the first addition to our garden in July. On the way out here, I just wanted to stop and sort of go over our kale. We have eaten off this kale 2 to 3 times a week probably. It is doing really, really well for as hot as it's been. It's been triple digits. The heat index has been triple digits for about a week, and we have about another week before we get some relief. And so, you can, in the afternoons, when it's really hot outside, having a nice cool salad with tomatoes and cucumbers and kale goes a long way for enjoying or for tolerating these warmer temperatures. So you can see here we had a little bit of an issue coming up, and I'll show you the cucumbers as well, but we had an aphid infestation. They got some of our plants, some neem oil and a little DE, which is dichotomous earth. It's an organic thing that we use in the chicken coop. I recently realized you can use it like a dust on your plants, and it's very effective. So I did want to just stop and show you all this. Kale will definitely be a mainstay in our summer gardens. Hey Napoleon, I mentioned it before, but that dude is a jerk. The second new addition here for our summer gardens are pumpkins. You'll remember we had determinate yellow squash here. So determinate just means that you get X amount and then it dies off, which worked out because our zucchini got bollworms. And they were supposed to be indeterminate, but the bollworms just came through. I was not able to save them. It was a saving grace though. That's where I learned about the DE, and so it has been a lifesaver on a lot of other things. So anyway, we have put these pumpkins in July, so that's the second addition. While we're over here, I was going to show you one of the, look at this, how bad that is. We had these aphids came through and chewed on our cucumbers. Luckily, at first I thought it was just the heat, and so I started doing some research. And these leaves right here, I know they don't look great, but they were saved from the fate of this just by getting a backpack sprayer, neem oil, some Dawn dishwashing detergent, spraying them, and you can see now we're starting to get some more new healthy growth. We weren't getting a lot of flowers for a few days. Since the leaves have started making a comeback, they are all over the place. So the bees are happy once again, but I guess that's this is a challenge that we've faced so far in July. Beforehand, before I started really putting the effort into this, I always thought that the cucumbers just died off. I wasn't aware of the infestations, the aphids. Also, I guess you can get blight this time of year. But anyway, that neem oil has been a lifesaver for our garden. So on to the next. So this cantaloupe technically isn't a new addition for July. Obviously, you can tell this guy has been here for a little while, but this is the first year that Leslie and I have grown any sort of melon at all. I'm not a huge fan of melons. My wife loves them. And the only reason that I'm showing these is because of how surprised I am. We put in this raised bed, we put in 2 cantaloupe plants, and they have just taken over. I'll step back a bit so you can see That bed is about 16 square foot. It's 4x4. And at this point we have picked 9 cantaloupe. And we counted this morning, I believe there's 13 more, and you can see they're hanging off this little trellis here. They're all inside. The ones that we got over the last, I don't know, we picked them all in about a week's time. They were all on the inside of the bed. So, but while this isn't technically a new addition, because we have never grown cantaloupe before, it's a new addition for us, so I'm going to include it in here. All right, and we're going to wrap this video up with this. I realized I was probably saying this wrong. This is the DE package that we use. We use Natural Guard. We get it at our local ranch store down the road, same place we get our chicken food and such. But there you go, if you're looking for it. It's worked really, really well for us. And so as part of this, the last thing that we've added are the determinate yellow squash that we talked about earlier. We put these in. This is the old garden. It doesn't get as much sun in the early spring and late fall, but this time of year it gets quite a bit of sun. It's also shaded from the hot afternoon sun. So, when it hits, it doesn't get to the hottest part of the day until around 5:30 in our area. So, by the time it hits, 106, 107, this will be in shade from, we have some large shade trees in the area. So, just as a review, here in July, we have added in bush beans. We've put in the golden wax beans, pumpkins, determinate squash, and as a bonus kind of cheat thing, our first time the cantaloupe. So this is something to sort of add to the garden as you lose some things. So until next time, I hope that you folks have fun. We appreciate you watching, and if you have not, please like, subscribe. Remember, it's a small click for you, but it really is a big deal to us. All right, y'all have fun.